So welcome back to trainsimworld, and once again we're on gameplay number 7, back in rapid transit once again. Of course we'll be doing a lot of work again on rapid transit in Germany, so we're going to go into the scenarios once again. So we did those two in the previous video. We're just continuing what we've been doing in the last 2 weeks. We're going to do Northbound in a wee moment, and then Wetzlar, and then Crosstown, which will be the last one. So yeah, Northbound is a 30-minute wait compared to the other 4 of them are 45, and the Northbound one is actually 30 minutes, so it's not even as long as what we've been doing in the last 2, but yeah, but yeah, let's get on to this one now. Northbound is our next route to do. So yeah, let's get into it now. So I think yeah, pretty much I think the whole route is pretty much basically driving the same train. So you're still driving the Talent 2 in every route. I think every route is pretty much driving the exact same train. There's not any other trains to drive, I don't think, in this scenario. And the S-Bahn, it's pretty much the Talent 2 only we're driving. So it'd be nice if we had some more German will come out to drive, but it's only this one, I guess, in this game. And the original trainsimworld, then yeah, this is the only one, I guess. Beautiful train anyway, Talent 2, yeah. It's articulated, so you've got bogies in the centre, and compared to a lot of conventional trains with gangways, and you can't separate these trains because they're just joined together. So climb my words. Let's get cells set up and lock the doors. What I'll do is I'll get this all set up. I'm going to try and get everything set up. Something else I'm going to do actually is turn the cabin lights off so it's a bit better. As a contrast here, because I want to try and get this black screen once again, this blue screen once again. Yeah, that one's very cool. It's very good, that one. So I think we've got the train set up. Let's get ourselves back out again. Have a wee quick tour around the train. We'll be head off. A beautiful train. It's a standard class, I guess. There's your special seats here for the wee ones. You've got the table. Tables, this the very cool table. There's lorry table. Yeah, it's very cool, that, eh? And then you got your WC there, your toilet, and then your wheelchair space down there. You've got fold up seats here as well, and fold up seats here, big line of them. A rocker on this side as well. It's kind of like stairs as well, because obviously they got the wheel sets up, so that's why you're going up and down. So this is the first class compartment, eh? So you just got this wee compartment, and this is your first class. Just a wee tiny wee bit, eh? Nice to have that wee bit to itself, eh? Keeps everyone, keeps it nice, keeps all the noise out having the wee door. Fold downs there as well. Yeah, this is similar to a frit a wee bit, isn't it? A frit, if I can pronounce the name very well. It's similar to that, similar to the Swiss ones. This is the articulated ones. They can have all these stairs going up and down, it's that sort of thing. I see we've got these doors now here, because we're going to be heading off right now. Let's get that door, let's get the wee magic button pressed here. Let's get ourselves up. Let's get a wee blast of the horn. Not the high tone, let's get some low tones. It's not very good if you only have to do that all the time, so it sounds like a truck a little bit, doesn't it, when you're just doing your high tone. Alright, headlights there, I should have set them as well. Dim beam. Just keeping it up to 40 now, but Gonna accelerate again a wee sec. Let's get ourselves up to 75. Yeah, on the way to the next station. It's just not too far, so we'll probably get this train up to that speed and then we'll have to slow down once again. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're still enjoying what I've been bringing on the channel, Train Sim World. I mean, it's a different direction from what I've been doing before, the trucks and buses. You know, I like to just change the direction sometimes. I like to drive trains, and I'm really enjoying this sort of thing as well. I'm coming down to 37 right here as well. I've had to slow it down. Yeah, I don't want to see that speed coming down and then we'll come back up to maximum speed and switch away. We're going over the double track pretty much. That was the whole point, which we slow it down and then go back to full speed in an instant. Yeah, a bit bizarre that is. I think we're switching to the other line because we would be on the on line anyway, so you know, we don't want to be on the opposite line anyway, so I think that's the whole point. Let's slow down now. We're caught in the first station. There's one of the AI trains be taking on. Yeah, these trains are very cool. Talent Tuesday. I mean, I don't know if I don't know my German trains as much as a lot of the British trains. You know, I'm not really familiar with lots of German trains, but it's nice to see some licensed trains in Train Sim. You know, it's always good to see some trains that are finally done this way. So yeah, yeah, Talent 2 there are fancy sweet trains. I mean, they're quite ugly in the front, aren't they? Quite ugly dark ones, eh? Not really a fan of the headlights, but you know, that's just my opinion on these trains, eh? But yeah, they're Bombardier built trains, so I'm guessing these trains are built in Germany. You know, but they are really nice. I mean, maybe some of you just like quite casual on trains and don't know them, just come along, just like them. You probably are quite fancy, sweet trains. You like them because they accelerate fast. You know, they got open gangways. They're almost like Fritz a little bit, aren't they? Because they've got the articulated wheel sets, you know. And I've actually been on a Frit before when I was in Italy, surprisingly. Quite recently, actually, when I was in Italy on my holidays to Italy, we actually were on a Frit. So, and it was actually one of them, the bio mode ones. It wasn't the full electric one that had the power pack in the centre, the wee tiny, you know, the wee tiny carriage. It's pretty much smaller than our caddies. Oh, what am I doing? I've opened the door on doors. I better shut that door as well. That's me not paying attention, eh? There we go. You won't want to come that way, eh? You won't want to board the train in that direction. Because I've probably got the camera in this direction, I'm thinking it's the wrong side. That's us. Let's head to the next stop. This is not too far. Yeah, Fritz are nice trains. You know, those Swiss trains, they are pretty nice, and it's nice to get on one. It was quite nice riding the one that we were on holiday recently as well. It was a diesel, it was a hybrid, it was a bio mode 1x1 as well, it wasn't a full electric one. You know. Anyway, yeah, apart from that, yeah, just there's some nice trains in that way. Train that has some fancy trains. You know, it'd be nice to have some Italian trains in Train Sim World as well. I mean, I don't know if that'll ever happen or not, but it might be a thing in the future. I better slow down actually. I would have maxed it there, but I'm going to have to slow down. Coming up to the next station. You cheeky on with this one, and our fellow drivers. Yeah, they have some local haul trains as well. I mean, and they have units. You know, they have a sort of mixture of trains, a mixed bag of trains that way. You know, I like what they do. It's probably fail selling at the next station now. Another sort of stopping sales as we're doing again once again on this route. Similar what we've been doing in the last one. It's kind of the same really. Your stopping service, stop and go as they say. Yeah, it'd be nice to see some Italian trains coming to the game in the future as well. Maybe I'm not sure what trains would come, but might get a Italian weight in the future. But yeah, in the last video, yeah, I was chatting over the place a little bit, wasn't I? I was chatting about GDB or Eurostar coming to the game in the future. You know, I don't know if that will ever be a thing, but you know, I would like the Eurostar to come to this game, but I don't know if that'll ever happen or not. The only thing I'm thinking it won't happen because it's also the license of the train. You know, the Eurostar getting that in the game is probably going to be quite difficult. And also, you know, I'll say maybe getting the original Eurostar trains. I'm guessing a lot of them are getting withdrawn now. There's not that many of the original 373s now running around, which is a shame because they were really fancy trains. I think when Eurostar came out, I really like the 373s. I'm not really too keen on the 374s. I mean, the 373s, E300s as they're known as, they're just fancy trains. I mean, they're very fancy, those Eurostar trains. I mean, compared to what we had in the UK, I mean, most of the trains in the UK were quite flat, and then Eurostar came out with some German announcements going off here. I better get myself what these doors. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know whether that ever come or not, but you know, it's something. Let's have some front view of some action for the train. Because we tons. Yeah, I don't know then. I just don't know what the answer will be for the Eurostar. Just a shame that the 373s aren't longer a thing now. Probably might be a thing in the future, but I don't know. Hopefully, because that would be, I would prefer the 373s and the 374s to come. But we can just only hope with Eurostar to come. Maybe the southeastern expansion, you know, as same before. Because they could get their channel tunnel, they could get everything, you know, as they can. Coming down at 75 right now, so we're not really want to push this train up very far now. Yeah, we just have to be the patient, play the waiting game for that to come, you know, Eurostar. But that'll be awesome if it does come. Even more British locomotives, you know, British routes. I mean, it'd be nice if they actually have more German routes in the game as well, you know. Not just driving the same train like this one and this route, it's always just driving the exact same train. You know, it's a bit of a pity because, you know, driving this one is just, yeah, you know, is good, but you know, you could just only hope for some other German locomotives to come as well. I mean, there's German locomotives in the game DLCs, you know, like, but you know, just doesn't, you know, as in general, it's just the same really, same train in this route, in this scenario, rapid transit. So it's just this is the only train we're driving. But it is a nice train. talent twos. Just a bit ugly at the same time. A bit of an ugly duckling, but a nice, fancy, sleek train. Maybe I would think our German locomotive I would think would be coming. I really like the diesel. I mean, a diesel locomotive would actually be quite interesting. Come with the BR218. It's a diesel. It's a bit more of a flatter diesel, but it has quite good sound actually. Because I've heard a couple of videos of these diesels, and they have a similar sound to the Barrawinter HST. Better not lock the doors. I better not open the long doors again. I'm thinking this is the left side of the train that I'm locking, but it's the right side because I'm looking in this direction. That's why. Get us back in again. But yeah, that's the thing. Maybe a 218 with a nice German locomotive diesel would come. They have a good sound. They almost sound like a Barrawinter HST, because they have a bit of a turbo sound as well. It just sounds like a HST. The Barrawinter HST has that really cool, nice turbo sound to it. Or BR232 is another nice diesel as well. It's a German diesel. I know some of their diesels, but I mean, just generally, I don't know much about German trains generally. I love more British trains to come, that's the thing. I loved if they had a class 56 or a 58, you know. I always liked those trains to come to this game. But I mean, as I say, a class 56 would be great to come because it has a great sound. You can't beat the sound of the 56 engine and fuel power. It's got that very cool pumping sound when it's up at fuel power, going up the hills, and the turbo piston going off. It's almost like a HST as well, Barrawinter. This closest thing to HST, a freight locomotive. A 56 is sound almost like a HST in its own light, isn't it? Eh? I hear the 56 and it sounds like a HST, but it's a freight locomotive. It has a Patzman engine, doesn't it? But I don't know if it's called Western Patzman, which I don't know if that counts as the same sort of model manufacturer as Barrawinter. I don't know. And the heats in the Class 58 used a slightly modern engine, Patzman engine, Western Patzman engine, but it's obviously nothing compared to the HST engine. Nothing compared to the 56 engine. I think it's a bit more modern. And the 56s were kind of like the 47s in a way. They were derived as 47s, so almost the same but they were built as the same backbone as a 47, just the same body shell, same thing, same principle. Just a more powerful one, a more powerful 47 for MGR trains, Class 56. But another train that I really think is very good, a more modern diesel from this century, is the Class 68. You can't beat a Class 68 thrashing along, fuel power, has a great sound as well. I mean, you know, if you're bashing that train, it's so good. I mean, the 68 is probably one of the best recent diesels that we've probably had. It sounds great. It has that beefy sound, you know. Fuel power is it really sounds. You can hear it from quite far. You know, it's like one of those old classic diesels. You know, you would think the Class 68 was like purposely made as sounding like an old school diesel. Like a loud sound, they smoke quite like they smoke a lot as well. They have a bit of smoke coming out the exhaust as well. That, you know, it's like these old school diesels, eh? That's exactly what it is. Eh? It's almost purposely made as a Class 58 or a Class 56, eh? But yeah, it's all modern and that. Oh, it's probably similar to this. inside the 68 you have all these displays, come tool up at the wee sort of fine computers, boot ups, you know, you got all that. It's the same thing as this probably inside the 68. I mean, I can't comment on that, but I'm guessing in a way it's got these screens in front. And then the 68s obviously had their wee cousins as well with the Class 88s, so it's the bio mode version of the Class 68. It's exactly the same body. The only thing is the Class 68 is the big cat, and the Class 88 is the kitten, because it has a smaller engine. It's only got half the size, probably like a quarter of the size of the engine. It's probably a minuscule engine, which is engine that would just been used as a shunter, because I think the Class 88s are not really used as probably had been used on the diesel. I think they mainly used on electric, because pulling heavy container trains. I mean, they pull on the West Coast main line, I think, mostly. I mean, they're kind of like that, they're on electric one most of the time. I don't see them getting used very often on diesel, unless it's a shunting duty maybe, or I mean the diesel probably wouldn't be that powerful enough to carry a full train, to be honest. You know, I mean, it's powerful maybe for shunting, I guess, but not for like pulling up hills, you know, gradients. I think the electric thing is probably the actual electric. The electric would be much more powerful than the diesel mode. You know, an electric mode would probably be like a Class 87 or 86, or just any electric train, just lots of grunt, you can pull trains, accelerate fast. It's just the diesel bit's probably like half the size. It's only a tiny wee bit of the diesel engine. And the Class 68 obviously is a full diesel. I mean, I'm sure it's a two-stroke diesel as well, like the Class 68, because I have heard the Class 68s on YouTube, and they sound similar to a Class 66. Just to hear it almost sounds like a 66, just a beefier version of what a 66 would sound. It's like literally almost like it's literally the exhaust muffler must be like half the size of the 66 is. Literally you can obviously hear the 68 from some distance away, and it does make that very cool whine sound as well, like the turbo sound, or whatever it is. It does this really weird whine sound. I think you probably know what the whine is, but it does that as well when it's powering up. And you can hear the traction motors starting as well in the background of the diesel engine. It's got one of those modern traction equipment as well, you know. It's like I don't know what you call it, but it's similar to a lot of modern trains that has the traction equipment. This makes the line noise like most modern trains do now. Digital and better traction motors, I guess. I mean, I don't know much about that stuff, to be honest, but I think I know what you mean. But just the diesel engine sort of sounds so noisy on a 60 that you can't really hear things like that, but you know, it's always good. I mean, yeah, the Class 68s, yeah, they're just great looking sounding trains. I mean, I don't know if you guys probably still like Class 68s, because I mean, they're probably the best diesels that we've probably had in a long time. I think the last best diesel might have been a Class 56s. It's literally a long time ago since we had a good sounding diesel. Unless the Class 66 are quite decent sounding, but they're not got that full beefy sound as old school diesels. You know, Class 50s as well is another example. It has that good pumping diesel. Angus Electric. It's always that. It's Angus Electric diesel engines have that good beefy sound. You know, it just has that really cool falling. Even a thumper as well. It's like a Angus Electric, just this tiny version of the 37's engine. You know, it all sounds great, doesn't it? I mean, Class 37 is also one that's probably the best, I think. And the Class 31 as well, it's another similar sounding, you know. Get a wee cheeky horn here. That's all we can do. Yeah, the Class 50 as well, Class 37. It's quite hard to actually name a lot of these diesels because they're all so good. Class 20s as well. It's just probably a lot of the newer trains, you know. I think they're just trying, not very fussed about making quiet engines. They must make quiet engines now. MTU engines, you know, they don't have much of a good sound. You know, like the HSTs, the modern HSTs with the MTU engines, they sound quite bare-bone, don't they? Compared to the Valor Winters, you know, it's always a thing now. And EMD engines as well are kind of the same as well. You know, the Class 69s now coming in as well. I mean, they also look like a Class 56, but you know, the only thing is it's a body snatcher like the 57s, EMD engines. You know, same thing, same principle. And the Class 73s had that sort of thing as well. They got reclassified as 73-9s. They had MTW engine with smaller MTD engines. I mean, they're not that big, the engines on the 73s. They're not very meant to be pulling heavy trains. Those, you know, 73s. They had English electrics as well before. It's always English electrics, don't they? They always have the good sound, don't they? But you know. But yeah, going back to the Class 68 once again, I believe those trains are based on the Eurolite family, which is a family of diesel electrics built in that sort of family. So like they're built in Spain as well, those trains. Similar to the Class 67s as well, I believe they were built in the same factory as the 68s. Because they sort of look similar to a Class 67, don't they, the 68s? Almost, not quite. But yeah, they are nice looking trains, the 68s. I'm not a fan of them myself, but they are quite modern. I mean, they're not that old as well, the 68s, even if they're still behaving like an old school classic diesel, trying to impress you at Class 37, you know. That's the point. The whole point is it's a new locomotive. It's obviously meant to be. It's obviously meant to be what it is, but you know, I'm guessing what they have to do. Obviously, I mean the 68s. Obviously, I don't know if they are meant to smoke like that, or if it is deliberate, meant to sound and smoke. I mean, it was always like a showing off diesel. It wants to be like a classic diesel locomotive, even if it's modern, as I say. Yeah, got modern internals, you know. I mean, they're not really like heavy freight locomotives as well. They're always pulling passenger trains, you know. They're always pulling passenger trains. They're not heavy. They're not really designed for heavy freight trains, you know. I mean, as I'm from Scotland, they actually had Class 68s, and they used to have them running around the five circle service, which is over just not far from Edinburgh actually. Pretty much over towards Fife, Kirkcaldy, round the 5 circle line. I think it's on that direction, and it comes back to Edinburgh. And I think it's a circle line service that they do. Obviously, and there used to be Mark II coaches, and there was a Class 68 Holland, and it was all painted in ScotRail livery. They had that there for quite a while, didn't they? But now they stopped that service now. I think the thing is now in the city, it's this Castle set service. I'm guessing the Castle HST sets replaced that now, so obviously it's not really needed anymore. And obviously Chiltern Chiltern Vale has also got them. Chiltern Vale have a fleet of 68s so far. Also in local haul, Peace Peel services. Obviously, there's probably like there's not that many Peace Peel services around the UK now. It needs to be a proper fine local haul trains. And Transpennine as well has got the 68s as well with the Mark 5s. They were built by CEF in Spain, so the Mark 5s. Obviously quite a smart looking train. The Class 68s by Transpennine Space, they're very smart looking ones. You know, kind of matches the kind of got the ideas building the same coaches for the 68. You know, it's always a good thing to do. It's a good way to do it. It's just build them and build them in matching sets. You know, it's it's a good thing. Coming up to our next station now. I've not really been talking about much of the game, to be honest. Now I've just been waffling on about broken waters most of the time. Let's just get away from that now. Let's enjoy the game a bit more. Oh, we're going over another line. Slow down. I'm speeding here somehow. This might be the end of the line actually, because this is the last signal coming up. So this might be the end of the line. So let's end it off here. Because we're at a signal working, the red signal means we're at the end of the line. Should be out of unlock the doors once again. So we'll have to see what we'll get when this ends, but I reckon this is the end of the line, so probably gonna end the service off, you know. That's the way it goes. But yeah, it's been good, we enjoyed this one. If you guys have enjoyed this one as much as I've enjoyed it, it's just a shorter service compared to what we've been driving before. Yep, we're done. We're probably going to have to disembark the train again, so let's do that. I should have turned the things off, but let's disembark it. Let's shut that door. Shut the door. And then we'll head here, and we've done it. So that wasn't too bad. That was 31 minutes, but yeah, we've done that. Yeah, we're doing quite well with this service so far. Just waffle on about local waters this time around compared to what I've been doing the last few videos here, you know. So in the next video we'll do the next one. In the next video, let's circa. I hope you have enjoyed this one. It's been lots of things to do in this. I mean, lots of what's been doing, so we'll do these two in the next. We'll do this one in the next video, and then we'll do Crosstown in another video. So yeah, that's it then. I hope you have enjoyed this undercover train sim world once again. I hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to comment below. All the playlist at the end of the video you guys to check out. And if you want to check out my podcast, then channel, I'll have it linked in the description below. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. So bye for now.